As far as masks go, I recommend an energetic mask that everyone put on. Now you put on the other ones too. I don't think N95s are needed for most people. If you're in a hospital, it's a little bit different because you're breathing air that everybody else has been breathing, not only sick people, but people who are there caring for them. And so that's a little bit different. But I think in most cases, everyone should put a mask around their aura. And that is to prevent any negative energy of any kind from leaking out into the world. And you see this as your gift to humans. And gloves they serve a couple of purposes. For the most part, it's not to leave anything on the substance or the areas that you touch. However, if you've touched another area, you probably will. For the most part, people wear gloves to protect themselves. In the medical profession, that did not used to be the case. It used to be that gloves were worn to protect the patient. Not so much anymore, because we've raised a whole medical generation who are sort of taught to be afraid of all the things they can catch. So this is why it's so important that you not think that way. We need at least two models in the world and how to think about these things. The medical profession has one. I want you to have another. And so it's the important thing is, you know, if a cloth mask will catch most of the droplets. Now, there are some particles that perhaps are finer and seep through, but I think basically the important thing is to think of an energetic mask so that goes on underneath the cloth mask. And then you have to sort of envision it as being empowered to do this task. And so a lot of it is how you think about these things, because it changes how you do things. And so yes, the gloves most people wear for protection. If you're going out and touching things, I think it's the better thing to wash your hands and just use soap, because then again if you don't know what's there, and so maybe you could pick up things that have nothing to do with corona or COVID-19. The idea is to just basically keep the body healthy by sending these little critters, whatever they are, on to the next phase of their evolution. And part of that's washing them down the drain. They don't have to be killed. I understand in a medical facility it's somewhat different, but if you can see that the important thing is in not bringing up aversion or hatred of the virus, there's so much of that there now that actually you have a lot to counter with a different attitude, you see. So that's the important thing. And then I would recommend just using good judgment. If you are entering a place where people are sick, it's probably a good idea to wear gloves. And what I don't like about gloves is they make such a terrible disposal problem. You know, it used to be that healthcare practitioners wore rubber gloves and those were sterilized and used again. Plastic doesn't sterilize very well, at least not by heat. So while we are trying to mitigate the amount of plastic that gets disposed, think in terms of something else. You know, at one point when everyone was wearing gloves, Kathleen said, "Do I need gloves?" I said, "Oh, just get some cotton ones. You can throw them in the washing machine if you need to, and they're done. That's fine." So I think you have to strike this balance between being vigilant, but not hyper vigilant, not too much. Know that you are divine. And if you just create a field of light around you that prevents your spreading anything, and that is a field that's set there to benefit others in whatever way they need it. So as you give a blessing to somebody else and you don't give them anything negative, it's a good use. Okay? Thank you.